Hi there. Thank you for joining me for this exploration of self-care in a chair. So, I want to, first I want a sip of water, always. Mm. So I want to start by thinking about our feet. And I know you can't actually see mine, but we're going to just lift our knees up and roll up onto your toes. And then drop your knees down and lift your toes up so that you're on your heels. So lift your knees up, roll up onto your toes, and then lower your knees and roll back onto your heels. So you're lifting your toes up. I'm just going to do that a few times. It's a great way to just think about where your body is and get in touch with the lower part of our body, which is still part of being in a chair, right? Great. You want to do all of these within range of comfort to the best that you're able. It doesn't matter where we start, right? Our starting point is always just our starting point, and we have infinite room to grow from there. So then we're going to just pick one leg. I'm going to start with my right and lift it up. So I'm just raising my foot off the ground and put it back down. And then I'm going to switch to the other leg and lift it up and put it back down. I'm going to do that a couple of times, and this kind of allows our seating posture to think about where it's at and create more balance in our body. This is a great thing to do like midday if you're in an office chair, right? Just it's a quick body check-in running through these techniques. Again, you want to stay slow and gentle and make sure that you're in your range of comfort. So I'm just lifting one leg at a time, slowly putting it back down, and finding that nice center, really thinking about where I'm touching the chair, how I'm sitting, and how it all feels. Okay, so now we're just going to gently lean forward. And again, that range of comfort that I'm always talking about is a 0 to 10 scale. You want to stay between a 4 and a 6. I'm going to pause when I come back to what I think of as center, and then I'm going to lean back as far as my chair allows, which is about here. And pause, and then come up to center. And then lean forward. Pause. And then come up to center. And then back again. Simply exploring the range of motion and pause that we have available to us. And back to center can really help us understand and get in touch with where our body's at and what we're experiencing, which the more we know about our bodies, the more we know about our state of mind. Then we're going to I'm going to start with the left, but you can pick a side, go to the side as far as it's comfortable. Then pause and back up to center. And really the slower that you make these movements, the more awareness you'll cultivate. And then the other side, and pause, and back up to center. And we can go back and forth like that a couple times. And this just lets you know, again, about your hips, how you're seated, what might be feeling good, what might be feeling a little off. It's kind of like you're playing peekaboo with the flowers in back of me. And my vision board on the other side. And then the next time you come up to center, you just want to stay there And now we're going to go into exploring our arms, just gently lifting them to as high as feels comfortable. If you feel a place that feels a little stiff, like I feel a little stiffness right here, I could go further, but just pausing there invites your body to unwind it. And then gently back down. And go back up again. And I'm no longer feeling the stiffness where I was, so I went higher. Just pausing. And then back down. And again. Nice and slow and gentle. And just notice where you feel it. Simply noticing really supports our bodies in unwinding themselves, correcting our posture, and all kinds of things. So now we're going to play with our sternum, our breastbone here, with just lifting it up and dropping it back down. Lifting it up and pausing right at either side, and then dropping it back down and pausing. Just with that gentle noticing. Up and pausing. Lifting it up. I like to think of it as though there's an imaginary string here, like an invisible one that pulls up and then releases. You do the same thing with our heads. Just do side to side. And just pause. Just like with the arms, you find a place that feels a little stiff. Even if you could go past it, you don't want to force it. Just pause. And then back to center. And then to the other side. And back to center. And then to the other side. Just slow, gentle check-in. Back to center. You really can go as slow as you want to. The slower, the better. Really cultivating that mind-body communication. Back up to center. We're going to gently lift and lower our chin. When we lift it, we don't want to put our head all the way back. Just gently lift it. And then back to a neutral position. And then lower it, staying in that range of comfort. And then back to the neutral position. And do that a couple more times. And you can extend this stretch by moving your eyes with it. So when you tilt your head up a little, and you roll your eyes all the way up to the top of your head, as though you're trying to see your brain. And then gently release your eyes. Come back to center. And then when you lower your chin, look all the way down as though you're trying to see inside of your cheekbones. And then release your eyes and come back to center with your head. And then we're going to turn our head to one side, and you can extend this with your eyes as well. So when you turn to the left, just look as far as you can to the left. as though you're trying to see something in back of you. And then release your eyes first, and then gently move your head back to center. And pause. And then to the other side. Again, once you reach that place where maybe you have a little stiffness, extend with your eyes as though you're looking all the way behind you. And then release your eyes first and slowly return your head to center. And you want to be gentle with the eye stretches as well. So if you start to feel a little dizzy, you're probably stretching a little too far with your eyes, because we've got all those muscles in there that often don't get enough attention, especially when we're on screens. So you just go a little less far. Just stay in that place of gentleness. And then back to center. When you get back to center next time and complete your next circuit, just take a couple of deep breaths. Notice if you feel any changes in how you feel now as compared to how you feel when you started, or any differences in the way that you're sitting. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. You can catch me live next Saturday at 12:30 p.m. EST. I love you. I love me. I love us. I'll see you soon.